Hey guys, what's up? It's Show here. I know it's been a while, probably I think about roughly 2 years since I made a video. Just wanted to apologize. There was a lot of stuff going on in my life, and I mean it still is, but I'm managing to find a few minutes here and there, and hopefully I can bring you guys some more good stuff. Other than that, there was one trick, the one smoke trick that I did not show you guys that was on my list, and it was called the tornado. Tornado, some people call it the vortex, anything like that. There's another name for it. Can't remember right now. Anyways, tornado, vortex, whatever you want to call it. Basically, you blow a lot of smoke on a flat area. For example, kind of like a table and whatnot, and basically you blow it, and after you put a lot of smoke on the table, you have to gently basically lift the smoke up, and it comes out looking like a small tornado or a big one if you get a good hang of it. Anyways, I'm not personally sure how many more videos I'm going to be doing, but before, vaping was just, you know, a thing to get away from smoking, but now it's become more of my hobby. And since it is more of my hobby now, you know, I mean, I have a lot of knowledge on it. I'm not gonna say I'm an expert, as in, you know, a professor or anything in it or whatnot, but I know enough to get by. And you know, right now we're running a small little vape shop, nothing big, and I have to teach a lot of things to other customers and whatnot, and I thought what might be better than just to put it up here. Anyways, enough of the talking. Let's get down to business. Basically, just a quick intro. What I'm going to be doing here, this is what I'm going to be using to do the demo right now. I'll also use this if I have enough time and whatnot. Basically, what this is, I forget the name of it. I'll post it in the link below. It's called the Demon Mod. No, there's another name for it. I can't remember right now. But anyways, it takes two 18650 batteries, and this is a mechanical mod straight. And for those of you who don't know what a mechanical mod is, I mean, they've been out in the industry for the longest time, and this one hits really good because, you know, I have two 18650 batteries. These are just the eFest IMR, or the real name is LMR 18650, 3.7 volts, lithium, magnesium, and 35 amps each, with 2500 mAh rating for battery life. I do like using dual over the single because they're a lot safer. You have a lot more battery life. The only thing is, if you're using a pure copper mod like this one, it's going to be heavy, and I mean pretty darn heavy. This weighs more than my Snowwolf 200. This thing's a Snowwolf 200 that goes up to 200 watts. Anyways, we'll get into this later, but I just want to right now show you, and this is just my setup right now. It's a dual 24 gauge coil, so that's what it is right now. Some organic cotton. I'm just using about 80-20 blend, 80 VG, 20 PG, 3 milligrams nicotine, just minimal, and it gives out pretty good clouds. And I'm running it on the Kennedy competition mod. Kennedy competition RDA, I'm sorry. Anyways, just gonna press it, fire it. It's good to go. Alright, let's dive down. The whole point of this is you grab your mod or whatever you're using, you take a big inhale, and then you lay it on the table very, very gently, and then basically you have to take your hand and go up like that. I'll go more into details exactly how to do it, but that's the general idea of it. So hopefully I don't mess up, but here it goes. So there's a cloud of smoke, and there you are, two tornadoes. There's another one. Basically, when one of them messes up, you have to kind of put some smoke on the table. Let's try it again. There you go. There we go. And if you, basically that's how it kind of looks like. Right now I'm in a separate room, closed off the airflow, so the smoke doesn't move around as much. We'll give it one more time, and then after this, I'll go ahead and show you all the steps necessary in order how to do this trick. Two tornadoes, beautiful. One, another one. There we go. But yeah, more or less, that's the trick. Now, what I do for this trick exactly, step 1, 2, 3 is press the button. I take a lung inhale. Mouth to lung is old stuff, at least with the new e-cigs. Ever since the RDAs came out. So you take a lung inhale. You don't want to take a huge inhale because when you bend down to put the smoke on the table, you're not going to be able to control it because your lungs are going to be getting compressed. And if they're getting compressed, you're not going to have as much control over the air, over the smoke exhaling as you would want, because you don't want to exhale really fast because then no smoke will stay on the table. A demonstration of that with something would be like this. So something like that, and that's not gonna give you very good tornadoes, as you can see, because the smoke's gonna go just everywhere. So what you want to do is, say if you can take, for example, a 4 to 5 second hit. You don't want to take a hit any longer than about, give or take, 2 seconds. After you do that, you ever so slowly just want to breathe out through your mouth and right onto the table. If you saw me, what I was trying to do is I put my chin on the edge of the table here and just ever so slowly breathe out. And since you're not taking a big lung hit, you're going to be able to control your lungs and the amount of exhale that you're doing a lot better. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is, when you do that, a lot of people try to just put their hand in the middle and just go, just like straight up. That's not what you want to do. I mean, you'll get lucky here and there, but that's not gonna help you. Another thing that people try to do is they just like trying to spin it like something like a swoosh motion. Again, you'll get lucky here and there. But the trick that I'm about to show you, the easiest way to do is this. So for example, let's say that there's smoke on the table already, right? And I'm about to do the tornado. So what you want to do is you take your hand and look, you just want to cup it slightly. See how it's cupped? You don't want it straight, right? You don't want it straight like this. You want to have it slightly cupped, as if you take 2 hands, you can take some water and drink it in a way. So you don't want it to be like a really tight cup. You don't want it to be, really straight. You just want it just a slight. Don't put any tension on your hand. And all you want to do is basically come in and just lift up gently. So basically all you do is you come in and you lift up with the motion. You don't want to go like that. Like, you can, but that's just going to give you a tiny little tornado. The thing is, you have to follow through with it. So what I'm trying to mean by that is, so if it's like this, I come in and I go like that, I follow through all the way up like that. And that is what gives it those big, long tornadoes. Now, once you get good at that, you can then start to actually spin your hand a little bit and start to direct the airflow or the tornado towards your mouth, where you can actually, inhale the tornado back into your mouth. I'm still working on that. When you're cupping it and you're taking it up like that, and when you try to spin it at the same time, it becomes a little tricky because, you're doing like 4 or 5 things at the same time, and if you're not perfect at it, it's not gonna work every time. And even though I got a pretty good hang of it, it doesn't work out even for me every single time. But with practice, you can basically, instead of going up like that, you can go like that and then bring it up like that, cupping it slightly from the bottom edge. If you cup it from the bottom like that, it's going to lift that smoke. You don't want to go like that, because that's just gonna make kind of like a negative effect, like the back of the cars. You don't want to do that because it's just going to get stuck to the table. It wouldn't want to come off the table. and that was my mistake. I couldn't do them because of that. And a lot of people out there, that's what they're trying to do. You're just trying to lift it like that, and it's just not gonna happen. So I'm gonna do one in slow motion, and then after I'm gonna talk while I do it. I know my videos run really long, but I just really try and explain every single little detail about a trick so that people are successful in performing the trick. So now what you want to do is you take your hand and you want to lift up. See that? Look how slow I did that. And look at that. Look at that. See? And if you put your hand down straight down, the smoke's just gonna get away from your hand, just like you see here. So what you want to do, you want to come in and then lift up. See? Look how tiny that is. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. You need to cup it from the bottom edge and lift that smoke off the table, or else it's gonna want to stick to the table. So let's do another one without being so slow. Actually, I'll do one more being slow so you get the idea, and then I'll do a couple in regular speed, all right? All right. Come in. Look at that. Come in, lift it up. Come in, lift it up. See? So basically, if you do it really slow, you're gonna have really thin tornadoes forming. But if you do if you come in from the back and then you go like that and then lift it up, having that forward motion and then swinging it and you know, continuing your arm motion towards the top of your head or somewhere around that area, you will have those big gigantic tornadoes that you want to blow out. So let's give that one a shot. See? So that one's a little bit thin because the smoke's getting thin. That's the thing about electronic cigarette smoke. It evaporates. I mean, even though I'm using a high VG blend, and it'll still evaporate. So let's try it again. Look at that. Big fat one. See? Two of them. And the second one usually forms, I've noticed, if I go too much forward like that, then you'll have a second one forming from the air going past your wrist sometimes. I'm still trying to get down on that, like what's the exact science about it, and maybe we can do it that way. So what else? Oh yeah, we can try doing that little one that where you can see that I can direct it a little bit towards myself. So let me just move the camera up a little bit and see if we can do that. So now watch, I'm gonna go around and bring it up like that. Okay, so like I said, you have to spin. See this one, it came right towards here. So you basically have to spin your hand and cup it from the bottom while spinning your hand. So the motion is kind of like that. So if you look at it like this way, it's kind of like that, and then you bring it up. So you want to make it spin towards like this and bring it towards your face. And that's how to really do it, to be honest with you. So I'll give it another try. Nope. So I have done this a few times. Yeah, see? There we go. Oh. See, so this one, as you saw, was coming towards here, but I had too much motion with my arm like this. So that's basically, you know, the basic gist of how to do tornadoes or vortex or whatever you want to call them. So I'm gonna go over the steps. So basically, step number 1, half an inhale, maximum 2/3 of a full inhale that you're able to do. Okay, usually I like using these kind of mods or something that produces a lot of smoke really fast, so that you don't have to take a big long inhale, because when you go down, your lungs get compressed and you're not able to control the amount of airflow coming out of your mouth and your lungs. So that will basically just kind of mess up the smoke, as you saw in the demonstration that I was trying to show you. That's mistake number one that people do. So half an inhale. Second, when you blow smoke on the table, you don't want to just go, here, let's see. You don't want to go straight up, because that's just not going to work. Like I said, you might get lucky once in a while if you go up like really fast like a bullet, and that might get the smoke to lift off the table without having more of a, let's say, for a better lack of word here, suction. So it's the smoke's getting sucked to the table because of flat surface, and you're trying to make it go up like that. That's wrong. You have to cup it just ever so slightly, and when you bring your hand up, you have to cup basically the last thing that touches the table or whatever surface you're working with is your pinky finger and the bottom of your hand right here. And even that, sometimes I try not to touch this part of the hand sometimes, the palm area. So you just want to go and you just want to cup it slightly and just take it up. You can start by flicking it a little bit just so you get the motion going, like I showed you when I was doing it really slow. As you saw, I did it really slow. You have nice thin little tornadoes, not like those fat ones. The fat ones, you have to go in from the back, get some speed, a tiny bit, not like 100 miles an hour. You just want to go a little bit faster, a little bit quicker, and you just lift it up at the same time, and you basically continue the motion like that. Because if you stop halfway, it's just gonna go all over the place. If you actually continue the motion like that, it will actually form a really nice tornado. And if you noticed a few times there, those fat tornadoes will start, but then they won't actually lift off the table, like finishing themselves up. And the reason why that happens sometimes is that when you're actually doing the tornadoes, maybe your hand is not in the perfect position because the table is still having some suction power over the smoke. That's just really the best way I can explain it to you guys. Anyways, I've been talking for a long time. The video's running almost 20 minutes long. It's actually one of the easiest smoke tricks that you can do as a beginner. The only thing you need to keep in mind are those few things. Inhale, cup of the hand, slightly lift from the bottom edge of your hand, and continue the motion. That's what you need. Those are the three main steps in order to do this trick. I've seen a few videos where other people have tried and explained it, but I still wasn't happy the way that they were explaining it, because you can't just take it straight up or just lift it. You can. So if you have your hand cupped and if you just go straight up, because your hand is almost kind of like, at a 45-degree angle, and you pick it up, the table will, let loose a little bit in a way of the suction force, I want to say. That's your biggest enemy, the flat surface. But at the same time, you can't do this trick without having a flat surface. So, you have to kind of see where it's going. Anyways, it's been fun coming back. I'm really gonna try and do a few more videos. I'm gonna start, if you guys are interested in what this is and what this is, and what this is a Hanamod's DNA 40 temperature control. I will go over it. I don't know all the everything about the chips, but I know enough to educate at least the beginners to get them started on the right steps. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever it is, put it down into the comments section below. If you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, dislike it. It's all up to you. I just try and do the best I can. And if you guys have any other questions, you can message me on YouTube, and we can go from there, and I'll try and help you guys out as much as possible. Well, anyways, it's been fun. Again, it's been a while, and I'm gonna try and do these at least on a weekly basis. If fingers crossed, depends how busy I am. So yeah. Anywho, keep on vaping, stay away from smoking, and have a wonderful day.